Okay, Rory, your first win in Scotland, second Rolex Series title, won a co-sanctioned event, DP World Tour and PGA Tour. How does it feel?
Yeah, it feels great. I came here this week. We're obviously on the eve of the Open Championship, and you're thinking about trying to prepare for that, but then you think about the weight that this tournament carries, being co-sanctioned for Race to Dubai, FedEx Cup, all the stuff at the end of the year as well. So I feel like I've sort of killed two birds with one stone this week, and given myself an even bigger lead in the Race to Dubai, got myself up there in the FedEx Cup, and obviously a huge confidence boost going into the Open next week. I've had my chances over the last couple of months, and I've been knocking on the door, just haven't quite been able to get it done. So hopefully this breaks the seal, and we can go on from here.
You had a nice little stat earlier that you were the first player to win the Irish Open, the Scottish Open and the Open. I mean, You've achieved a lot, but that's a nice little something to put on the CV, isn't it?
It is, yeah, especially obviously being a player from this part of the world. To win those three titles throughout my career is it's a nice thing to have. National Opens are usually the oldest titles in our game, and I've sort of made it a point of pride to I've won a few, the two on the other side of the Atlantic, the three over here. I've won the Australian Open as well. So these national titles I feel are pretty big deals, especially when you see when you look at the trophy and you see the list of winners that have gotten their name on it, on them. So it's nice to add my name to this one now.
Good, we'll open up. Phil first.
Rory, fantastic back nine, 4 under, especially in those conditions. Can you talk us through that, and obviously particularly 17 and 18?
Yeah, and that's without birdieing the two par fives on that nine as well. So, it was one of those days where you try to make the birdies on the downwind holes, and then you just try to make pars on the end of the wind holes. So, I had a nice birdie on 11. And then I got lucky with my putt on 12. The wind blew it back into the hole, and then 14 through 18 there. A bonus of a putt on 14, and then those last I felt like missing that birdie putt on 16. After Bob had posted 14 under, I thought that was really. I think birdieing one of the last two is a great. An achievement. So once I missed that putt, I was like, okay, if I can somehow birdie 17 or 18 and get myself into a playoff, that's all I was really hoping for. But the two iron shots I hit, the 5 iron on 17, and then that 2 iron into the last, they're two of the best iron shots I can remember hitting, especially under the circumstances.
And especially then you had a long wait to take that putt on 18. What was going through your mind as Tommy and Tom were?
I was just trying to take the scene in, everyone around the green, and I get to do this for, not for a living. I get to do this for to try to fulfill my boyhood dreams, I guess. So to be on the green and in that environment, and the more that you can try to smell the roses along the way. So that's what I was trying to do. I was just trying to take in the scene and do anything to not think about the putt that I was going to try to hit. I knew what it was. I didn't need to overthink it. It was a straight downwind putt, so I just needed to get it started on line, and gravity and wind and the conditions would take care of the rest.
We'll go to Martin and then over to Cameron.
Rory, even for you, a first win in Scotland was always going to be sweet, but to do it the way you did, how special was that?
Yeah, it was. It was, for whatever reason, walking onto the 17th tee, the 2013 Australian Open popped into my head. I was one behind Adam Scott with 2 holes to play. We were playing in the same group as each other. I held a great putt on 17 for par to stay one behind playing the last. and then he made a bogey and I made a birdie, and I was able to clip him by a shot. And for whatever reason, I think all the experience that you gain, I haven't thought about that tournament in probably years, but when I got myself into this position today, that's the first thing that popped into my head. So, all those memories and those experiences, they stand by you, and that just give me a good feeling going into those last couple of holes to try to do something special.
Just as a follow-up, obviously Bob will be disappointed, but to come so close, you played with him here a few years back. What sort of message would you have for him at the moment?
If he can shoot 64 in a day like today, he can do anything. That was an unbelievable round of golf. And it's great to see him back in form as well. He obviously had the win in Rome last year, and then he's sort of went off the boil a little bit. But it's nice to see him hitting some form again, especially at an important point of the year when he's looking to try to make that Ryder Cup team.
Okay, over to Cameron.
Rory, over to your right. Congratulations. The front nine, the way that it went and the way the weather was, it seems like it would have been very easy to sort of mentally sort of lose hope. What did you tell yourself, or what did Harry tell you as you walked to the back?
Yeah, he told me there's still plenty of chances on this back nine. 10, 11, 12, 13 were all playing downwind. 15 was playing downwind as well. So, he was just trying to keep me as positive as he could. And, I knew that because we teed off on 2 tees, I saw the guys turning, that started on 10, and it seemed like there was some better scores on that back nine. So I certainly didn't think I was out of it by any means going onto that 10th tee.
John, down in front left.
Rory, I'm just wondering if you feel like you've made a couple of points today, about your ability to play in strong wind, and 2, your ability to, once you're in contention, just get it done.
Yeah, I'd like to think so. I tried to say yesterday that I'd improved as a wind player, and I feel like I have. Hopefully those 2 iron shots on the last 2 holes would prove that. And then it's not, you got to hit great shots, but you also have to finish them off with the putts, and that's something that I didn't do at St Andrews last year. It's something I didn't do in LA a few weeks ago. So to be able to hold those putts coming down the stretch when I needed to, I don't feel like it really proves anything. I don't feel like I need to prove anything in my career, but it's satisfying to know that, for me, that I can still do it and can still get it done.
Back to Phil on the right.
Rory, you the week before your last major win at the 2014 USPGA, you obviously won Bridgestone. You've obviously now won again, heading to Hoylake. How much of a boost is it? You're obviously playing great golf anyway, but how much of a boost is it heading down the road? Yeah,
it is. It's nice to have the validation. It's great racking up top 5s and top 10s, but it's much nicer heading away with a trophy on a Sunday afternoon. So, it's a great shot of confidence. Again, going back to that little nugget about the Australian Open in 2013, having something fresh in my memory to, if I hopefully find myself in a similar position next week where, I've got a chance to win with 9 holes to go, I can certainly draw on what I did here today, if I do get myself in the mix again.
And what are your sort of brief plans for travel down tonight, or go tomorrow? Or?
I'll travel down tonight, get settled in tonight, and I haven't done any early reconnaissance, or I haven't seen the place since 2014. So I'll get out there on the course tomorrow and try to figure it out and make sure I'm ready for Thursday.
Okay, Tia, staying on the right.
Rory, you mentioned you take advantage of gravity and the wind. I saw you practicing with Brad Faxon this week. Did you work on this on purpose?
Not so much that. I think more just, it's quite an adjustment going from the greens that we usually put on in America to the greens here. They're much slower, and when they are much slower, you don't have to read as much break into putts and everything like that. So it was just more getting adjusted to that and making sure. I think the one thing over here for me is if I have a tendency with my putter, it's to the putter rises up too quickly and I get it out of the sort of bottom half of the blade. So really trying to keep the putter low through impact, just to try to get a good roll on it and a good strike. That was sort of the one thing of my putting that I was thinking about this week.
If you don't mind, I ask you another question. How happy are you to gain back your friend Sergio Garcia?
I'd say, yeah, we've talked, which is a first step. There's things that we both think we probably could have done differently, and there's a lot that's went into it, but it's good that we're at least talking again. It's a first step. I wouldn't say we're all the way there, but it's a good first step.
Okay, if there are no more, we'll take one more for Cameron on the right.
Rory, way to your right, okay. You mentioned the tee shot on 17 and the 2-iron on 18. No one knows a good shot like a fellow pro or a caddy. I was just wondering what they said when they saw that up close, what they said to you, or if you even remember.
Tom came and gave me a fist bump after the shot on 18. So it was nice to show the youngster I still had it in me, I guess. But no, I haven't had a chance to really talk to Harry or to see anyone else. But yeah, the 2-iron on 18 is, that's probably going to be up there with one of the best shots I'll hit in my career.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Rory.
Thank you.
And congratulations.
Thank you.